It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're tuned into your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Espresso only on SABC3 on your Feel Good Wednesday morning. In the kitchen, sorting out your nutrition, we're talking about fiber. Why do we need it in our diets? We have Leslie Scott from Soundbites Nutrition this morning to educate us a little bit. Leslie, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Sure.
Now, fiber, we talk about it a lot. Firstly, why do we need enough fiber in our diets?
Fiber is really important just for a couple of reasons. It's really good just to keep your digestive system working the way that it should. It helps to keep your gut wall healthy. And it's also been linked to just lowering cholesterol levels and preventing certain diseases like cancer.
That's perfect, especially because it is also Heart Health Awareness Month, you know, so
Fits in
fiber in the
perfectly.
diet, good.
Yeah.
What are the types of fiber? I mean, do you only get one or?
There are two different types. So
Okay.
you get insoluble fiber and soluble fiber. The insoluble fiber, that's the kind that only gets partially digested in your system or doesn't get digested at all, so it goes straight through.
Okay.
That's really good just to keep your gut wall healthy. And then soluble fiber is the kind that actually gets absorbed into our system.
Right.
And that's linked to lowering your cholesterol levels, reducing the amount of glucose that goes through in your system really quickly, so your blood sugar doesn't spike as quickly.
I see.
So really important to have both in your diet, and if you're eating a varied diet, you're going to get both anyway.
I see. And I see you brought a couple of foods along with us as well. Do
Yeah.
they all contain fiber?
They do.
Take us through what do we have here.
All right, so the easiest way to get fiber in your diet is just to eat a lot of vegetables and fruit.
Okay.
So something like apples and pears are really perfect, especially if you keep the skin on. Just adds a little bit of extra fiber.
Yes.
Something like vegetables, if you saute or steam them, just so they're tender but still crunchy, so you have to chew them,
Yeah.
you're going to get a little bit of extra fiber as well.
Okay.
Something like butternut, sweet potato, potatoes, also if you keep the skin on them, you're going to get that extra fiber.
Brilliant.
Then if we just look at sort of whole grains, here we've got some barley flakes, some oat flakes, rice,
Yeah.
even
And
things
some
like
pumpkin
whole grain
seeds as well.
bread. Yeah, so those things are all going to give you fiber, some soluble fiber. Pumpkin seeds, a whole lot of different kinds of seeds and nuts will also give you fiber. And then things like legumes, so your chickpeas, your beans, your lentils, peas as well. Those things you can just easily add to stir fries, into soups, into stews. You don't even need to get the raw version. You can get the tinned version as well. Just chuck them straight into the meal. Easy way to get fiber.
Do you have to get fiber in your diet every single day? Is it a have to or
It's better if you can.
better if you can?
But if you're eating a varied diet, like I said, you're going to get it anyway.
All right, perfect. Leslie, thank you
Yeah.
so much. All right, so what we're going to do next is we're going to be making a beautiful Bircher's Granola, and that contains
Yeah.
obviously a lot of fiber.
A whole lot.
All right, do you want to stick around for this recipe?
Your weekly nutrition goodness, brought to you by Clover Krush.
All right, Leslie, so we're making that granola filled with fiber, exactly what we need also to keep our hearts healthy. How are we going to do this?
It's really easy. It'll take you about 20 minutes to make.
Okay.
So here we've got a mixture of barley flakes and oat flakes.
All right.
You could just do barley flakes or just oat flakes, depending on the flavor that you want.
Yeah.
Also not a must, but what we've done here is we've toasted it for about 6 to 8 minutes.
Okay,
It
just in the oven on a...
Just in the oven on a baking tray. If you're going to do that, I'd suggest that you sit and you watch those flakes because
It's gonna burn.
if you go past 8 minutes, it's going to burn.
Okay.
And then you can really just take whatever you want to add here. So here we've got a couple of
What is that,
berries
dried
and
bananas,
currants
or what is
and dried apple.
Okay.
Just to give it a bit of sweetness because we're not using honey. So it's
Yeah.
nice just to have something in there and we can mix that in there.
All right. Sure, this is really, really looking healthy. All right, some
And
almonds.
then we've got some almonds, which are really great for calcium. It gives you a little bit of fat as well to make your meal just a little bit more satisfying. And nuts in general just have a lot of vitamins and minerals in them,
Alright.
so great to add them.
Perfect. I actually do
Chuck
love the
them in.
almonds, just as a snack as well. Right.
And then we've got some seeds here. So seeds are also a really good source of unsaturated fat, and it also gives you a little bit of insoluble fiber and soluble fiber. So
Alright.
again, you can mix sesame seeds, poppy seeds, linseeds, sunflower seeds, whatever you like,
Right,
whatever
as long
you
as it's
fancy.
seeds,
As long as
you're
it's
good.
seeds, you'll be
Okay.
all right.
Cool.
And then we just mix it all together,
Okay.
and that's done.
Is that it? I mean,
That's
I'm
it.
sure
So you can stick that in a jar, and it'll last you
just raw
easily
like that.
about 4 months.
So how would we prep it to actually have breakfast?
If you want to have breakfast, a lot of people do struggle to have a high fiber breakfast. They just
Yeah.
feel it's quite dry and they're not quite ready to eat so early in the morning.
Okay.
So a really nice thing that you can do is you take some of this.
All right.
You can either get up early and soak it before
And
you
soak
eat it,
it.
or you can soak it overnight as well.
Okay.
So we take something like a really great fruit juice.
Okay, so what is it? The Clover Krush, all right?
Clover
That's a bit of
Krush.
vitamins A, C, and E in there as well, you know, added value, perfect.
Yeah. So you just pour it over there.
And you let it soak, just like
Just
that.
until the granola's almost covered, completely covered. And you let it soak for at least an hour, otherwise you can soak it overnight as well.
Alright.
If you're worried about sugar content, you can soak it in yogurt or milk.
I like the fact that you've got all these healthy ingredients, 100% fruit juice, easy as that. Let it soak and then you eat it with a bit of
Perfect
yogurt.
breakfast, add a bit of yogurt.
Wow, I like it. So SMS the keyword crush if
That's
you want to
it.
make this Bircher's Granola this morning, high in fiber, really, really healthy. Crush to 33728. We'll send you all of the details. But if you want to have one last look at how we made our beautiful granola this morning, here we go.
Place flakes and oats onto baking sheet, then bake in a 170-degree oven until toasted. Leave to cool. Mix in seeds, dried fruit and nuts. Place granola into a bowl, pour in a cup of apple juice, then leave to soak overnight in the fridge. Serve topped with yogurt. For the full recipe, visit the Espresso Morning Show Facebook page or log on to www.expressoshow.com. SMS the keyword CRUSH to 33728 to receive the shopping list on your phone. Click on the link provided to view the recipe on our Mobi site. SMSs cost R1.50, no free SMSs, T's and C's apply.
Your daily goodness recipe. Brought to you by Clover Krush.